I forgot my damn phone. I'll be right back. Alright. Go to Twitchy on my phone. And we're there. Hello, hello. Just gonna send copy link. That out. And then we go to Facebook. And I toss it here. Post. Then we go to Instagram. Post. Nah, just take a pic of me. That over there. No, retake. Okay. And that share. Instagram tends to take forever to post. And that's fine. Use photo. Paste. Excellent. And finally, Discord. Yay, Discord. Alright. And we'll hit threads, make sure that last thing got posted. And we're good! Flipping back to Instagram on here so I can keep an eye on the chat. Hello, Padme. Love you too. And we'll now get started on our late night Higarashi. Right, wrong button, me. Wrong thing. Why do I always hit start instead of the continue button? Ah! Continue. We will load this file up. Okay. I just want to check, quickly fix something quick. Big sound volume. There we go. There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Listen up, everybody. Oh, why is this not working? There we go. If you don't take cooking seriously, somebody's gonna get hurt. This is part of your education, so as well, don't fool around and do it seriously. A lazy walked into the class in response. Half of the school day today was going to be home economics class. The plan for everybody was to make curry rice, give it to the forest rangers, let this building be rented out as a school. If everyone were making curry in the same pot, would have been more of a party-like atmosphere. But this was school, after all. Excluding the youngest students, each one of us would be making our own curry, with the result being judged by a jury of your peers. Alright, everyone. This baby nowadays, curry is an easy meal anybody can make. It has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Even though we've altered it a bit in the Japanese style, it is still knowledge of the culture of ancient India. Absolutely do not neglect that fact. I'll have words with everybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that. It seemed like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry, well, whatever. It's rumored that Shi-sensei has devoted her life to curry. She'll probably be a pretty strict judge. As long as you're not failing your class in homeroom. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter at all. I wouldn't say that if I were you. The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry. What the heck does that even mean? A curry tyrant? Never heard of that before. You see, I'm normally a mild-mannered teacher. For some infallible reason, is a stickler for curry. Unyieldingly so. Yeah. It's said that every year she goes on a journey to India to research mythical curry. Mythical curry? Okay. This is just rumor, but that she eats curry rice 3 meals a day. She has something else. It always has to be curry flavored. That's not unyielding. That's a natural. Is she part of an evil cult or something? Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? Curry 3 times a day is weirdly nutritionally speaking, and what's with the bomb? Dun dun dun. Embedded at the table right by my fingertips is a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula. Hum gently as this is still quivered. The teacher, while still mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling. Kate! Shush! If you send me more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire. Yeah. Just be serious and make your curry properly, and everything's good, alright? I don't think it's going to be that easy today. Look, Bee-chan. Yes? It's written all over her face. If the playing field is even and we're not being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition. It looks like we're all on the same page. It's a cooking contest! I knew it. There is no way Mion would have let leave such an enticing event alone. How shall we determine the victor? By how does the teacher judge this? As if saying, but wait, there's more! The teacher reappears, with principal in tow. The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people of the forestry service, so they'll be judging the results with me. Yep, your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the forestry service, will be judging your cooking. Good luck to everyone. Even the principal? Looking around, it seems like the interests of everybody in the class has been piqued. Oh god, no. So that's what's happening? This isn't just some casual curry cook-off? Brenda is good at making curry. I'm not gonna lose today. My grade in the cooking class. My grade is cooking in that class group, so I'm together with Rika. That's unfair. I'm pretty sure that Rika is good at cooking. My curry's taste sends shivers down your spine. What about Mion? She doesn't seem to be... It doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type's always been bad at this kind of thing. But Mion continues to look concerned. I'll tell you, Kate-chan is thinking right now. Neon's definitely bad at cooking, am I right? I don't like the way she said that. It couldn't be. Neon couldn't possibly. At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded. All right, everybody. Are you ready? Be very careful with the knives. Start. The call to arms had sounded. Uh-oh. We had to use the outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran like me. Put the rice in the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill with water just above the wrist. Are you alright with only just that much water? You put more in. It could be that. You filthy liar. If I put any more, I'll just be left with some apple porridge. Sadako, this means to be a trick it won't work. I'm used to cooking rice with these utensils. First it starts to bubble, then steam starts to puff. And don't take the lid off no matter what. Ichiko, you're amazing! This is so little unexpected. Did you learn at summer camp? My dad really likes to go camping, you see. Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot. So this means everybody is good at cooking rice? In other words, the critical part of this count will be the curry. Curry is being a specialty. We'll cream you all. You lost me at Rika's. Why don't you help with the cooking too? You started to help you the most by keeping the dog. Eat. And just what it means. I just have to do it. This malicious comment that was a pretty malicious comment from Rena, and Sadako took it hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter, while Sadako chose to chase her around. Well now, should we get moving on the curry? For now, the battle really begins! Oh crap, I did something. There we go. After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasped a knife. Gulp. What does curry taste like? As Rena hummed along, her well-practiced hands wielded her knife. The rhythmic sound of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to a kind images of days long past. Simply put, it was perfect. It was so calm and practiced, I seriously don't stand a chance. I looked over at Sadako and Rika-chan. Sadako was in charge of washing the vegetables, while Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That was what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. She's happily rotating the potatoes and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peel spanning the entire potato. What was that called again? Katsuramoki? I heard that peeling vegetables in one loop around, like that's highly regarded technique. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved out carrot eyes into her knife. Wait, what? It's a snake! Run! Saying that, she placed a longly peeled potato skin on top of that the boy in her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it came to Rika-chan and cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle to her. Or? Do snakes make that sound? I highly doubt it. Alright, then how's Neon doing? She's definitely just humbling along. There's no way. Oh, I've never had escargot. I've always wanted to try it though. She's definitely just something wrong. There's no way she can peel potatoes so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way. This can't be. You've got to be kidding me. This is a trick. She's using special effects. Where's the wire? She's definitely using a wire. Here, take a look-see. As if she'd already won, Neon proudly showed me the elongated potato skin. You didn't know, Keiichi? Mii was taught how to cook by her grandma. Not just cooking. From sewing to flowering and playing koto, from marksmanship to radio operation, even helicopter piloting is just one of the myriad of things she can do. Since when was Neon so talented? Strangely enough, the latter items were more realistic. It was the first few items that seemed like a lie. She's actually really good at cooking. It's just such a hassle she never does it though. Damn it! I'm also really good at cooking, especially Chinese food. Keiichi boiling something and pouring it into a bowl doesn't count as cooking. I'm pretty sure it does, but we might argue. Shot down before you can say it. Too bad for you. Today, Keiichi-san will surely be languishing defeat all alone. Whack! Flag! Tough words from somebody who can't even cook by herself. Wah! Rika! There. I'll destroy Keiichi for you. Gah! This doesn't look good. Everybody's smirking at me. Don't raise the white plate flag yet, Keiichi Marbara. Don't throw away this mat. Calm down and think. Thought about how to peel these potatoes well, but how to win this challenge, my Gracie. There's too many people watching. I'm gonna work out another sing. Saying only that, I gathered all the vegetables left that spot behind. Well, Keiichi could be alright. I've already might cut himself with that knife. Let's see what Kei-chan's doing. No matter how hard I try to peel these, if I slip at this speed, I'll lop my fingers right off. There's only one thing left to do. Kamita-kun, or Kimura-kun. Oh, you guys were in a group before, huh? It was the 200 classes that become my sport brothers ever since the event at the toy store last Sunday. They've been paired with 2 girls for their group. Yep, both girls are pretty good at cooking. So both of us can just mess around, we'll just be okay. Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they're both good enough to handle a knife. I'll get straight to the point. At this rate, I'm gonna lose this contest. Give me the vegetables your group has killed already. Barbara-san, that's pretty much left. Yeah, but depending on what it's in for us. Yep, Gracie. She's trying to hug the damn laptop. In other words, it depends on the terms of negotiation. Quite cool of you guys. Well, that's to be expected. Now let's do this. If I win, I'll let you eat the curry that Sadako and Rika-chan's group makes. How about that? I don't know about that. Most of them are hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one more little push seems to be in order. Very well then. I'll take them an offer they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders and made my offer in a hushed tone. Of course, that includes the part that Sadako and Rika-chan have already eaten some of. I'll even throw in spoons. Sploosh. A red mist spouted vigorously from the noses of 2 underclassmates. Keiichi-san is also pretty good at this. Those seem to be very nice potatoes. Having brilliantly cleared the vegetable peeling challenge, I returned to my comrades in triumph. Well, amazing! Keiichi's peeling is really good! That's not quite right. Well, Kei-chan has the berries and potatoes, but his fangs. Yeah, I'm super serious about this. I'll crush you all. Having finished burying the vegetables, next is boil a pot of water. Then add vegetables, in order of which takes longest to cook. I learned this part from my mother when we went camping. But just cooking in order probably won't garner a lot of points. Looking at Rena, she had a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicious balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating a way to win the game. She was just making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Neon in terms of technique, but I'd be no match for Rena. She was way out of my league. When my mother makes curry, she always uses lots of ingredients. That's why Rena's curry uses a lot of ingredients as well. I really want to take all night and stew it nice and slow. Oh, I beg you, can you please help me a little with my curry? No. This is one of our club activities. Rena won't lose. When she enters club mode, even normally kind Rena becomes an enemy. Looks like Rika-chan's cooking apples as well. Ugh, she's like a pro at this. How about Neon? What? Beyond you? What the heck is that? Where did you get meat from? I predicted what we'd be doing today by looking at the schedule, so I prepared accordingly. My curry is going to be fabulous. Fabulous. Upon closer inspection, it looks like Neon brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They were spread all over the place. Neon, just for today, you brought all of this stuff from your house. Objection. She-sensei, there's no way this is allowed, is it? Objection overruled. As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes. For that, normally serious need to go so far as to append the start to the end of her sentence. Just as the rumor said, she's through and through, curry-free. Brenna and Rika are naturally gifted cooks or chefs. I've come with thorough preparations. And, Kei-chan, what about you? It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling the vegetables is only a small part of it. The hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous, and Mabara-san, over here! Turning around, I saw voices calling that belonged to the two underclassmates earlier, Kamita-kun and Okamura-kun. What up, you guys? What's with that plot? Is that from your group? Switch this with your pop before somebody notices. I think that the curry the girls from our group made, at the very least, is better than what you can make. You guys, for me, don't get the wrong idea. You don't win, then that is, oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Sadako and Rika's curry goes right out the window. It seems like you guys are getting riled up about this, too. Sorry, in your debt. I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this. Mara-san, we're also serious about this. Filling in on day duty 3 times, these guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gaze filled with burning conviction from my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone. Leave it to me. Save some room, boys. I'll be definitely letting you eat your fill. We'll definitely be eagerly waiting your victory. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot given to me by my 2 underclassmates certainly drew some double takes. Brenna even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good. Hey, John, you're pretty good. Looks like this will be a good match right to the bitter end. Brenna wants to eat Keiichi-Kran's curry. Curry. Brenna's curry and Neon's curry too. Everybody is a worthy opponent. I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome. Keiichi-san, Rika's calling you. Go see what she wants. What? Rika-chan's calling me. What's that be about? Well, whatever. While I'm at it, I'm gonna gather intelligence with the enemy. Rika-chan was drooling on the ground in front of the pot. Because all that's left is to let it stew. Hello, Lambda Delta 34, hello. Even then, it's good to know she's leaving the stove unattended. Hey, Rika-chan, how's yours doing? It's Mr. Curry. Huh? Rika-chan's drooling over something strange. Introduced it as Mr. Curry. Should we be worried? Mr. Curry is amazing. He shoots beams from his eyes. Pew pew. Apparently, Mr. Curry shoots beams out of his eyes. Good to know. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser? Yes, Keiichi. Yes, it does. Ow! Barrier! Beam reflect! I took another stick in my hand, reflecting the beam straight at Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry can shoot missiles from his stomach. Shoo! Wow! Mabara super electromagnetic barrier and retaliatory beam. What am I reading? Mr. Curry absorbs beam energy and fires his impulsive wave cannon. Rika and Chan and I are scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment. Hey, Rika-chan, you called me here for a reason, right? Yes, I called you, because I've already fulfilled my purpose. At that moment, a chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled her purpose. Oh dear God, no. They got me. Headed back to my spot, standing there just as I feared for Sadako. No questions asked, I dropped it back of her head. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? You know better than to hit back doing that to a lady's head? Who cares about that? Sadako, did you mix something in with my grrr? How impertinent. I'd call that far. Despite what they think I'm a fair person, you know. No, she's not. And what's this unconventional line of ladles and plates, leaving them all in this unstable position as they fall over you do? At that moment, a gentle breeze blew by, knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. That ladle is like a domino. Fell over and knocked over the next cookie cans on a row. Whap, whap, whap. Clank, clank, clank. Thud, thud, thud. This is art. Come to think of it, Domino World Record challenges were quite the rate of television way back. John. The frying pan! I didn't even have time to react. The chain reaction knocked over a cutting board, then a frying pan. The next after that was my pot. Crap. The frying pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. The contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that for a moment I lost touch with reality. Oh my, this is catastrophe. I didn't do anything, you hear me? Damn you, Sadako! Very moment I had let my guard down. I ignored the culinary incompetent Sadako for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Sadako still had this. Just then, Brenna, who'd been sampling her own pot, let out a scream. What? Brenna's curry is salty? Was Brenna also sabotaged? Then what about Neon? My rice is salty! I've been had! With this, all obstacles in my way have been taken care of before the fight even began. Damn it, Sadako! All that effort wasted. So sad, so sad. So very, very sad. Rika-chan and Sadako rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. So basically, everyone got sabotaged, except Sadako, who was the one doing sabotaging. Pushing the desks together, it's about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service to whom we owe a great attitude for their daily work were guided to their seats. The principal gave a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing, and gave their enthusiastic approval. Well then, everybody, finished? Well, now we'll have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in the class brought their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. Only the club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Brenna played in her curry for the judges. She knew she was going to get a low score. But at least she'd be able to serve hers. Both Neon and my curry were completely obliterated. We couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. They had a lively discussion praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn. Next up is Ryuka Food's corner. Yes, this looks quite appetizing. The principal cheerfully shoves a spoonful of Brenna's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed. Oh my, what happened, Ryuka-san? It seems so delicious when you're cooking it. Sensei must have had some expectations judging from her disappointment. I'm sorry. I may have added a bag of salt by accident. The rest of the judges grimaced after each and took a bite. I feel sorry for them. Failure is but seasoning for success. I'm looking forward to next time. Do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversold curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. Brenna was down and out. Her offensive capability was something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense. Well then, you savor our curry next. I see that the Kuride group put a lot of effort into their curry. Let's see here. It's simple but very nicely done. There's also an incident with Brenna's salted curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinarily, but perhaps to today's forerunner, the judges began a heated debate. One of the judges led it aside as he removed a chunk of carrot from the spoon. Yeah, this kid's curry really isn't half bad, but I don't really like carrots, you see. Personally, I think carrots are a staple of curry. But I guess each their own. However, seeing that Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest and spoke for all, began to speak. That's not good, Hyoji. You have to eat your carrots. What is she saying all of a sudden? Everyone turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face curry, with tears streaming from his face. Kyochi, there's seconds if you want them. Sup, mommy? While crying like that, he did shove curry down his mouth. That's right, Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With that carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous. Nobody can stand up for Rika's curry. Sadaka let off a shrill laugh as she declared victory, but at that moment... Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges. Don't be deceived in thinking that your sloth tastes only a mother can provide. What you people actually want to eat was kind of curry was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Oh, all of a sudden, in all of her glory, Mion's curry. Not only judges, but the teacher and her class and myself really gasped in admiration. Hamburger steak with a demi-glaze sauce and French salad. That actually does sound really good. It's a sense. It would be stretching to say this was my full-course meal. It's perfect, perfectly made. Amazing, amazing! Ichon, you're amazing! Ichon, you're amazing! Sadako was also shocked. Even Rika-chan could hide her surprise. It seemed the victor was decided without even needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry not even a micron of grit. This is sublime. Truly a taste of savor, said Misaki-san. This curry, no doubt, a living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian knowledge in perfect, beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine. I'm elated. This deserves full marks. I'll give you 100 points. Ah, you're welcome. I'm just trying to set an example to class residents. Mion bowed politely and looked at each of us, smirk on her face. I admit to be poor Rika. There's no way this is happening. I'm starting to sabotage that pot of rice. That's right. Sadako had dumped all the Mion's rice cooker, which could have ruined it. At that moment it hit me, I spun towards my own canister. That's why... At some point, my cookie canister opened, its contents completely emptied. Damn you, Mion! Use my rice! That's not fair! Hand over half your curry. Mion plucked her tongue and waved her finger at me as the smirk walked over her face. Oh there, Kei-chan. You're not taking this seriously enough. You gave up at the last moment. I didn't. That's the difference between us. As soon as you give up, it's over. Gah! I couldn't properly voice my shame. Kei-chan, I feel sorry for Kei-kun. Just give him at least a little. It's fine. This is a lesson. Kei-chan. Oh, correct. I glanced over too quickly. Fine. Kei-chan's like, you shouldn't give up contest until it's all over, right? Okay, there we go. It allows me to say that Mion is right. Give up so quickly on a match with my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should have actually been thankful for her. Well then, I guess it means that even in this situation, I can give up. My curry was overturned while it was still in the pot and I don't even have any rice left. How in the blazes am I not supposed to lose hope in this situation? Mabara-san, Tomita-kun, and Okamura-kun suddenly appeared. Damn it. Some of my proteges have tried so hard. I wasn't meeting their expectations. It was an accident. There's nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. Gah! I couldn't even accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I don't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I've shown them? Just learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment. Think, Keiichi Mabara-san. Think! Not about how to make more curry, but how to win the match. Ah! I had an idea. I didn't think it'd turn tables, but it was better than nothing. Okay. Tomita-kun, come wash your hands, help me out. But first on, Kun, there's something I want you to find. Okay, gotcha. Both of them dispersed after receiving their instructions. Oh? How's Keiichi not gonna flounder about FPM? Why don't you show me? Nobody likes to stutter cool, you know. Shut up. Just sit there and watch the last part I have to play. First off, let me take some of your rice. I won't let you say no. I don't really care, it's salty after all. It's okay if Brenda helps you, right? Keiichi-kun is in trouble right now. For me to say that is very recurring. Well then, Brenda, let's go make some tea. Oh, it's crispy. Next, Sadako. Also Rika-chan. I challenge you to a side bet. What? Did you say? We'll listen to your request. This is my duty to my two proteges who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake. Sadako, Rika-chan, if I receive a perfect score, I'll be taking your curry. Nothing for you to eat. You need to know when to stop joking around. I'll be giving you a big fat no to that. No, it's alright, Sadako. Take him up on it. Firmly patting the top of Sadako's head, Mion said those words with all the dramatists of Club President. You handicapped for this much, didn't you? There's no way you can make up for that. Just meet him head on. No matter how hard he struggles, he's not gonna make a comeback, right? Grr. That may be true, but I don't mind. Keiichi, go for it! Yay! Oh, what is he doing now? The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. From what little I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question. By the way, what happened to Mabara-kun's curry? I still haven't tried it yet. Yeah, that pot with the curry and it fell over. That's so. That's a real shame. I may have lost my curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost this contest. I'll have everybody singing my praises. My combative posture has drawn the attention of all the judges. First of all, just be fine eating these, please. I'll listen to your complaints after that. This is my cooking. Mabara-kun, that's onigiri, huh? The judges smiled dryly at the single pair that was quite the contrast to the preceding bravado. Brenda poured tea into the cups when she brought them over to the break room. He's making a mockery of this. There, look! There's not even any filling, it's nothing more than salted onigiri. It isn't worth being called a contest anymore. It's true, the amount of stuff might be a little much, but Brenda's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but I still not be enough to win the match. Mabara-san, is this really enough to make a comeback? Gentlemen, you did well. It's alright, just watch. The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down. Seems like Kei-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks. This might be difficult. Yeah, that's right. Ren understands that too. That now too. What do you mean? Why is everybody so quietly eating that much? You see, Sadako-chan, that's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry. Because they were judges, they had to sample each and every offering. Because they were from small children, because they were made to show off their appreciation, they couldn't just eat a little bit of each. Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste. At those times, rather than rich, mind-blowing flavor, they crave simplicity. They didn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they've had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly. I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry. I'm not sure we can give a score to this. The teacher and the principal folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underling saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Was this little surprise just not enough? Don't give up, Kei-chan. Young whispered quietly. That's right. If I didn't push here... No. I'll have it. You give it a score. In fact, Curry and Guri are really that different. You're sorely mistaken. Papa Barker, what are you saying? How are they the same? The principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was giving me one final chance. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my statement. In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a pet bread called naan, isn't it? Therefore, you can say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something we adopted and modified. Just as the teacher began, as the teacher said at the beginning, it's the fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine. I know what you're trying to say, Mabarakun. What does that have to do with onigiri? It's actually very simple. Both curry and onigiri are things made that let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements of disease, pests, to grow and raise our rice-centered culture. Yes, Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those are nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words, curry and onigiri are both the results of race culture. Yes, race culture. It was scattered first, slowly grew to a steady roar. It was the thunderous applause that praised me. Enough of this nonsense already. I won't accept this. The teacher's only judging curry, you know. This is out of the question. Sasuke deserves 0 points. This Kei-chan did his best. Please acknowledge that? Today's class is supposed to be about curry. What should we do? Beyond stifling her last step forward. There's a story about how the acclaimed 3-star chef from France came to Japan and people from the hotel who was staying had a whole bunch of ingredients from France imported. The chef didn't even give them a second glance. I wonder why that was. They were ingredients from his homeland. I know why. The chef went to a local fish market and made dishes fresh fish caught in Japan. The culture food isn't bound by predetermined rules. It's culture. If you come to Japan, develop Japanese culture and make something new. That's how curry and onigiri are the same. But Neon, she was brought inspired for, but I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she folded her arms. A bark on your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it? Even though I said at the beginning, be careful. I'm sorry. But as my Barkon and some Zucks have said, there's no boundaries in cuisine. It's something that can amaze people, then it's not something that can be discriminated against, just because of the form. And then... For spilling your pot, minus 20 points. But just for today, for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20 points. I'll give you 100 points. Abara-san, we did it! We did it! My underclassmen leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it. We did it. The curry was split and our rice was taken. But we made a comeback. In the end, Rikukan's curry would also receive full marks, so everybody but Rena had a perfect score. Since this contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief. Now then, let's promise Sadako and Rika-chan. I'll be taking your curry. But that means we won't have any lunch! Wah! Sadako dropped angrily at the ground, frustrated. His price of defeat was absolute. Is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy. You can eat half. Thank you, Keiichi. My two prodigies peered over the sidelines. Tears of joy streamed from their faces. We exchanged glances that'd only be understood amongst men. We did it, Mabara-san! This is all thanks to you. So glad together, thumbs up. Now, just as I look at these to my pupils, I got pretty hungry myself, so I guess I'll have one of my onigiri. What? There's no trace of my onigiri. The ones I set aside for myself included. So I peered around searching for them. The principal clapped a hand on my shoulder. When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing even more delicious. How could it be you also ate my share? The principal simply laughed without answering. Seriously? My eyes half burned into tears and my stomach rumbling. I was called over by the teacher. I barked on. Because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score, but you do understand, right? Understand what? There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I describe it, it was curry-colored. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes swirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched my shoulders and drew me closer until our noses were almost touching. Curry is this world's most respected and sacred dishes. I will not, absolutely not allow to be put in the same category as onigiri. You hear me? Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 greatest river valley civilizations. It was raised by during the reign of the king Ashoka and capital stew for the birth of Shakya at the international food expo. Jillian twirly, get the Eiffel Tower's pickle. Considering curry trimmer, whether you are asleep or awake, curry. I guess it all turned to curry in the end. And thus, Keiichi-san was bored to death by curry trivia. Hey, Keiichi-san, what are you studying for? Cleaning up is part of cooking, too. Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why? Curry. Yikes, she got him, huh? It's okay, he'll be back to normal by tomorrow. Probably. It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Aww, I love that pic. Oh well. In the end, all of the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch, I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. A feeling other than drowsiness made me space out. Are you alright, Keiichi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it, is what I said as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger, the stomach ache. Well. You did a good job making it through. Your absolutely hopeless situation, that is. Hey, John, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, huh? I don't need any compliments right now. I need food. There's something for you to eat at home, right? We don't keep snacks lying around at home, and I'm out of cup noodles right now. Since you're enduring that hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty. I have absolutely no intention of laughing along. Well, then I'll take my leave. I have my part-time job again today, so it's really rough when you're not used to work. Oh, the job at Angel Court Family Restaurant, huh? That uniform was somewhat stimulating. How? Being a waitress is really hard work. Michan's working as a waitress? Really? What kind of place is it? How? No! I'm working at the toy store from the other day. Shion is the waitress. My bad. I completely forgot how it ended up being. I'm sorry, you guys look so simple, I mixed you guys up. Keiichi-kun, who's Shion? Ren asked the obvious question. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. We look similar, but our personality is completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, and Shion has a cold, scary personality. I think that's when you guys were born. Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Neon, she's a cute, cheerful girl. Kei-chan! Ren interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from her chain. Is that true? Ren has never met her? Kei-chan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Shion's existence started being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Neon out here. I'd only have her end destroyed. Oh yeah, I still have to introduce her to you, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion. I don't know, I didn't ask. I never met her when I was at me and Shion's house. Oh yeah, that, I'm the only one that lives with Granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okunomiya. We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated she wasn't sure she was convinced. She's really been a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it came to these things. Well, it's not a lie, please believe me. And she said, yeah, I believe you. A smile suddenly blossomed over Rena's face. Rena wants to eat her. We'll see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? That is... she's getting more tangled up in her little web. I can tell that Neon's getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it's hard for an outsider to find family issues. Sorry, I have to work. Bye. Later. Rena, Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Unilaterally ending the conversation, Neon ended though. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label it as one of the emergency escape. Nishan is kinda cute. I wonder why. Rena giggled in amusement. Oh no, it all faded black. I wonder when dinner is. Would flying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without taking my shoes off. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed I had a guest. Come in, it's open. I directed my listless voice at the door. Door! Good afternoon, huh, Kei-chan? What are you doing? It seemed that my guest was Neon or rather Shion? She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out on the entryway. Is that Shion? Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Neon was at the restaurant. That's why I never considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of the club activity today, you were able to leave the lunch, right? Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Sadako stole my pot and you stole my rice. But that's Shion. She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin sister right now. Sorry, what's up? Bring something to eat? Oh my, that's somehow disappointing. You hit the nail right on the head, but here. With a disappointed smile, she held out a small bento box she had hidden behind her back. Huh? You really brought me something to eat? Thanks. There's still some of the ground beef left over from what my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, so I wondered if you wanted it. Am I bothering you? Not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Taking a look inside the box to say that she just put some leftover inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez. I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Saying that she got it quickly and made a motion as if to snatch the box away. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those times. I don't mind at all. I want to shout out on this. Thank you. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. Oh, something you can be thankful about. Your nose has to run. Shion, who had thought I might not take the bento, looked down happily. It's not much, but you want to come in? I'll make some tea or something. Ah, sorry, maybe it's another time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She didn't say that before. There's been the box out with water. You can visit my sister's tomorrow, please. Of course. It'd only be proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something this delicious. Well, I don't take my leave. One last thing. Shion grew red as if she looked down at me one more. I'm conscious of my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around too much, so sometimes she gets carried away. I'm not doing it just to be mean. Hey, it's not like I mind that too much. There are no grudges in those club activities after all. In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and entertainment. Tell that to Nino for me. Yes, I think. My sister will be very happy to hear that. Well, then I have to go. Sean smiled brightly. Frowning deeply, she left. She left. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box left behind. A faint warmth spread through my palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see the hot sauce, mustard maybe, or even a needle being mixed inside. But really, I don't think we'd go that far putting a needle in there. Oh, the irony. I opened the box once again and hesitated to taste the bit. I took a bite, and another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion, so there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. I rushed back to my room eating as I gave my thanks. So delicious my stomach could cry. Shion! No, Shion! When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over for me. It was delicious the last bite. By the way, nothing strange in the sleep then. I was embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. Bleh. Thankful. Okay. You received new tips. It was delicious. Okay. Show me the tips. Oh, here we go. Hey, Mion. Here. Well, what is it, Kei-chan? I thrust the bento bug you gave me yesterday at her face. That food you gave me in it. Thanks. It was great. Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Okay, now you're the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to her. You're not gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, she checked me all the way to my house to keep some food in the bento box. This is that box. Make sure you wash it out. Alright. Sean's really considered, huh? That was so transparent. Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. What did you think? You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously, you look the same. Not that, Mion looked bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion the bento? Oh, of course, it was delicious. Really? I never lie about liking food. If you say something's good, it's objectively good. Feel free to give me recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright? Okay. Tell Shion, right? I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me? Okay, not Mion, are we? Get her laugh. It seemed coming deep down and sounded really happy. I actually really can laugh nicely enough that it looks like looking at her makes me feel better too. The sarcastic remark made its way down my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As Mion went to put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clatter noise. Hey Tron, there's something inside, huh? Whoa. Can she open it? The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so she had it open it here. Panicking, I hit my hand. Well, this is my mother told me to put them in as thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. It's so pretty, candy. The handful of candy neatly wrapped in paper inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday, in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me. I messed up as to who gave me the food. Then she told me that something like this called for display of gratitude. I didn't want to, but because it was embarrassing, so I argued it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I mean, I was so embarrassed to feel like fire shooting out of my face. Mion laughed the whole thing off like she usually did. It was fine, but for some reason she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. But thank you. Don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thankful right now, Mion. Those are for Shion, okay? Right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I know she'll be happy. Mion looked downtrodden and put the lid back on the box. It seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end. Oh. Mii-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen? Did it? Perhaps you got a fever. The red interface probably seen increased body temperature. Hey Rika, why are you petting my head? Thought it helped. Should feel for the cat fever soon enough. Okay, that's it for tips. From save. Right down here. I might have explained this before, but this Zen at our school really just exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever. Free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't Board of Education has some sort of curriculum for this. Sounds like when you're this old, you should have this amount of physical ability. I'm not really sure. Oh, hang on. Log. I have no idea what you're saying, Katie. It's rather difficult to understand. Okay. Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class. Maybe you're a weakling city folk or something like that. But do you really think us kind of curious kids lag behind in physical ability? We're better athletes than you would think, Katie. Come to think of it, they might be right. We all lined up for a race. There was a good chance I'd finish dead last minute and start off well. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash is a club activity. On that note, I watched too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. So I'm using the sun to catch up on my sleep. It's 4th period and I'm completely starved. I don't sleep now, then when will I ever? I got to sprawl and mouth the pipe, and Ian grabbed me by the collar. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Do you really think I'd let you sleep in peace and quiet? That look on your face requires more courage to try and take a nap than mine. Good grief. Which means that it's going to start again. Now. Killing time with idle chit-chat until the bell rings is possible. First hot-blooded youth, isn't it? So we'll start a club activity. Just as I thought, it's come to this. What's today's game? Now that it's happening, taking a nap is impossible. Not just that, but this sleep-deprived head on mine. I'm as good as mincemeat. I have to get my brain into gear. Brandon thinks we should decide what today's penalty game before we start. Brandon knows what's up. I prepared something super special today. Can't announce the cruel penalty with this grand spinning flourish. Of course you can do that. I'm sorry, I have something new I want to do. Of all people, is Rika-chan's announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do eventually occur. Losing your time and just spun like a top and jumping to the ground. What? How? What's the matter? You're not feeling well? Oh, that's right. Mii-chan, she has to practice for Watangashi. Ah, yeah, the Watangashi festival. That's right. It's this Sunday. Mika's in the middle of the super serious training right now. I've been from 2 weeks of my arms are hurt. I see. There's nothing to be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everybody together. Today, let's just take it easy. I'm very sorry. I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck. We'll be cheering you on. When Mion announced that today's club activity was cancelled, Rika-chan decided to head off behind the school building. Only I was left alone, clueless as to what everybody else was talking about. What was that about? Ah, so no junkyard run with Rika, I guess. I guess that's only the other timeline. Is Rika-chan's training for competition or something? Rika-chan is the shrine maiden for Watangashi, so she can run the ritual dance. It's practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? First of all, what is Watangashi? What do you mean by shrine maiden? What do you mean by ritual dance? Huh? Did you have to notice at your house, Kei-chan? Wasn't it written there? The Watangashi festival this Sunday? Huh? Come to think of it, I have a feeling Mom did say something about it during dinner the other day. Watangashi is a festival that happens the shrine on Sunday every day. It's very lively. I see. Watangashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Something like the Watangashi Freedom Memorial for the dead by floating things down the river. You might guess right. I figured you might guess right, Keith. You know, Watangashi or Cotton Drift Festival is, as the name implies, that cotton drift down the river. The cotton you see is for futons or jackets. So something like a futon memorial. They also pile futons on the altar. Leaving offerings and things like that, needles or kitchen knives and their ancestors and casualties more, but an offering of futons is the first for me. What's the history behind that? Neon told me we had absolutely. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so it's like more futons and coats more off the cold are fairly important, I guess. I see. In other words, something like giving thanks to the futons who took care of you during the winter then. I'm trying to hold the memorial service and then it said correct. That's what the Watangashi is. Leon and Rena indicated that I had a correct answer with a round of applause. And you see, the shrine maiden for the memorial is Rika-chan. Oh, so Rika-chan's the shrine maiden. That's to mention that Rika-chan does have a mystical air about her. Right? Rika-chan's the shrine maiden of it. Oh! Yes, she's so cute! It certainly does seem like it would suit her. It might be cute. I finally get what she's saying. Rika-chan's grading is for performance is Shrine Maiden. That would be it. The Shrine Maiden has purified the number of futons as part of the ceremony. It's practice for that. It's a lot of hard work. The Shrine Maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as part of the rite. It's really heavy for Rika-chan. Oh, Rika-chan's pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Enough that Rika-chan has to practice the mochi knowledge. Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Forget about it. Rika-chan isn't that grounded for me. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If she drops it by accident, we'll be in big trouble. Well, it's a once-a-year kind of thing. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. Really? At least I can do to cheer her on. Get something like a little would help, right? I was rather curious about how exactly she practiced. Beyond laughed and she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Rika-chan will get all cute and won't be able to practice. I don't quite understand what Beyond was saying. You see, Rika-chan doesn't really show you how hard she works, okay? So just leave her be. Even all these cool aloof, Rika-chan has times when she's sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she doesn't really see the gainly side of her, and that's not like it's not like I can understand that feeling. I'd be great for her success, huh? Do your best. Think of her day. I'm cheering for you. I'll bet. I'm climbing onto the pipe, walking down on my side. Hooray, Rika-chan! Order of transmitting in 4 or 5 second waves of encouragement. I'll enter a meditative state now. So you're going to sleep after all. And, as usual, Keiichi-chan fell asleep. Hi, Gracie. The lackadaisical noontime ending was giving way to mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much for lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition. I must have gorged myself a bit too much. I'll have to endure afternoon classes now. Keiichi, you have an amazing appetite today. Basically, you always eat like a pig. But today was on a whole new level. Yesterday I skipped lunch, alright? That hunger just soaked right in. This time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds. I've had days like that where I miss lunch or supper, and then I'm just really hungry the next day. I get you. But really, Keiichi-chan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite. I even have the last grain of rice. With food, you show your appreciation for a person you made it by eating, you know. You leave anything behind and greet the person who put all that effort. Saying that, Mion's eyes momentarily watched the surprise followed by a cool laugh. Kate-chan, really? At first glance, you seem utterly in your response, but you're actually pretty conscientious. Well, this splinter or something like that. Yeah, Renan thinks so too. Kate-chan is a lot kinder than he looks. Both of them are probably trying to compliment me, but I have a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all. That's not true. I just want to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and personality. I'm saying that's not a compliment. Hey! Sonaki-san, Mabaru-san, we're in the middle class. How far did you get, Sanozaki? Put your nose here? Startled by Mion vocalized a rather easy to understand utterance. She was also so thrilled that the conversation stopped working completely. Doing alright. You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grades, so you should shape up. That Mion, it looks like he's getting lectured. Poor bastard. Appearances can be deceiving, in other words. Actually, appearances might be the opposite of reality. Wouldn't you say something interesting things? Responding to Rena's seemingly unprofound statement, I turned my gaze where Sadako was happily studying together in Rika-chan. I say that brat Sadako really is meek. I went by what Brenda literally said, and that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Sadako being meek. A little girl like her in some fairy tale. Sadako's being weird lately, but that's a while ago. She's pretty different. You have to really spoil it always, yeah? Keep this secret from Sadako, okay? That's Sadako acting so cute. For Sadako to play coy, I think that would be some part of some calculated plot. Even if she was hiding behind someone, I couldn't think of it because she was chatting something. She came up, I tried to imagine a gentle, coquettish Sadako. Hey, Sadako. What is it, Oni-sama? What is it, Oni-sama? Sadako smiled cutely and walked towards me. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Sadako took, for some reason I took 3 steps back. Oni-san, why are you running away from me? Sorry, Sadako. For you to approach me with an affectionate smile on your face, I just have to think it's some sort of trap. That's so mean! Oni-sama, you mean? Wow! I'm so sorry, I didn't intend to be so mean. The weeping Sadako came closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears. Really? I turn around and run. Okay. Clank. What? Huh? A bear trap? I like to clap time I take a bear trap. Oh, you fell for it. That was the next part. Sadako raced around the trap again, triggered one after another. Suddenly the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away, and there I saw a giant metal ball covered in spikes hurtling towards me. On top of that direction, the ball would knock me to a giant guillotine. I'm not really sure, but Ichikun, you're not thinking anything completely ludicrous right now, are you? Not really? Not at all. That's a lie. You got the kind of look on your face that says, I'm impressed by a giant spiky metal ball. How could you express and convey what I was thinking like that? Sorry, imagining a meek and gentle Sadako is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in better shape. Next, I looked at Rika-chan working, finishing me on some kanji drills. And with that, I will drop a save. Great. We're gonna stop here because I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, so I should get some sleep. Menu. Exit game. Stupid me for binging so much One Piece earlier today.